When upgrading lighting in older buildings, especially those built in the 1970s that use 12-2BX cable, dealing with deteriorated wiring is common. The original insulation on such wiring, possibly TW insulation, can become charred, hard, and brittle, particularly near the connectors in the electrical boxes. This condition poses a challenge when installing new lighting fixtures. Several options exist to address this issue, ranging from protecting the existing insulation to full rewiring. One approach involves using products that can enhance the insulation's temperature rating, ideally to 90 degrees Celsius, similar to THHN or XHHW insulation. This would theoretically allow the installation of new lighting without having to derate the existing wiring. However, it is important to consider the National Electrical Code, or NEC, requirements and the overall safety and long-term reliability of the electrical system. Firstly, let's examine the options for protecting the existing insulation. Silicone sleeving is one method. High-temperature silicone sleeving can be installed over the existing insulation to provide heat resistance and protect it from further damage. This sleeving acts as a barrier against the heat generated by the new lighting fixtures. Secondly, liquid electrical tape is another option. Applying liquid electrical tape directly to the insulation creates a protective layer that hardens and withstands high temperatures. This method is relatively easy to apply and can provide a good level of protection. Thirdly, heat-resistant insulation tape can be used. Wrapping the existing insulation with heat-resistant tape specifically designed for electrical applications reflects heat away from the insulation. This tape is engineered to withstand high temperatures and maintain its insulating properties. However, there are several important considerations when choosing these insulation protection methods. One major consideration is NEC compliance. Using insulation protection options may not fully comply with NEC requirements. The NEC sets standards for electrical installations, and it's important to ensure that any modifications meet these standards. Secondly, load calculation is crucial. It is essential to ensure that the existing wiring can handle the load of the new lighting fixtures. Adding new fixtures can increase the electrical load in the circuit, and the wiring must be able to safely carry this load. This calculation should include an assessment of the wire gauge and the circuit breaker rating. Thirdly, proper installation is key. Follow all manufacturers' instructions for installing the insulation protection products correctly. Improper installation can compromise the effectiveness of these products and potentially create safety hazards. Finally, an inspection is essential. Have the electrical work inspected by a licensed electrician to ensure safety and compliance. A professional electrician can identify potential issues and ensure that the installation meets all applicable codes and standards. While these insulation protection options might seem appealing due to their low cost and reduced labor, it is strongly recommended to consider full rewiring for several compelling reasons. Firstly, safety is paramount. Full rewiring eliminates the risk of electrical fires caused by damaged insulation. Old, deteriorated insulation can crack and expose the wires, creating a fire hazard. Replacing the old wiring with new, code-compliant wiring significantly reduces this risk. Secondly, code compliance is assured. Rewiring ensures compliance with current electrical codes, which may not permit the use of insulation protection products in certain situations. Electrical codes are updated regularly to reflect the latest safety standards, and rewiring ensures that the electrical system meets these standards. Thirdly, long-term reliability is enhanced. Rewired systems are more reliable and durable, reducing the risk of future electrical issues. New wiring and connections are less likely to fail than old, patched-up systems, resulting in fewer maintenance issues and a longer lifespan. When considering full rewiring, there are a few key aspects to keep in mind. Select the appropriate wiring. Use THHN or XHHW insulation rated for 90 degrees Celsius. These types of insulation are designed to withstand high temperatures and are suitable for modern lighting applications. Secondly, ensure proper grounding. Proper grounding is essential for electrical safety. Ensure that the new wiring is properly grounded to prevent electrical shocks and equipment damage. Thirdly, use appropriate connectors. Use connectors that are rated for the type and size of wiring being used. Proper connectors ensure secure and reliable electrical connection. Fourthly, label the circuits clearly. Label all circuits in the electrical panel clearly to identify their function. This makes it easier to troubleshoot electrical issues in the future. Fifthly, consider energy efficiency. When rewiring, consider using energy-efficient lighting fixtures and controls. This can reduce energy consumption and save money on electricity bills. For example, LED lighting is far more energy efficient than traditional fluorescent lighting. Sixthly, address any other electrical issues. When rewiring, take the opportunity to address any other electrical issues in the building. This might include upgrading the electrical panel, adding new circuits, or replacing old outlets and switches. Seventhly, document the changes. Keep a record of all electrical work performed, including wiring diagrams and specifications. This documentation can be helpful for future maintenance and repairs. In conclusion, while insulation protection options may seem like a quick and cost-effective solution for dealing with deteriorated wiring, full rewiring offers significant advantages in terms of safety, code compliance, and long-term reliability. When evaluating the options, consider the potential risks and benefits of each approach and consult with a licensed electrician to determine the best course of action for the specific situation. The electrician can assess the condition of the existing wiring, evaluate the electrical load requirements, and recommend the most appropriate solution. By prioritizing safety and following best practices, one can ensure that the lighting upgrade is both functional and safe for the occupants of the apartment buildings. Remember that electrical work can be dangerous and should only be performed by qualified professionals. If there's any doubt about the ability to safely perform the work, it's always best to hire a licensed electrician. This ensures that the work is done correctly and in compliance with all applicable codes and standards. By taking the necessary precautions and following the recommendations of a qualified electrician, one can successfully upgrade the lighting in older buildings while maintaining a safe and reliable electrical system.